Hi everyone, this is Mrs. V Chen. Welcome to my Form 2 Math lesson number 21. Today's topic is polynomials. So here I have one example for you. Now, polynomials actually is a kind of algebraic expression, and poly means we have many terms. Okay, now look at this. So this is minus 3x to the power 5 plus 3x to the power 4 plus 2x squared minus x plus 7. So you can see how many terms do we have. So we have this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we say that there are number of terms, 5 number of terms. Okay, so next look at this. Coefficients of x to the power 5. That means what is the number in front of this 5x to the power 5? So that is the coefficients. So we have minus 3. So minus 3 is the coefficients of x to the power 5. Alright? Okay, so we have this minus 3 as coefficient of x to the power 5. Alright, so how about coefficient of x to the power 4? So we have this x to the power 4, so that this 3 will be coefficient of x to the power 4. So the answer here is 3. Alright, now we come to another one. So how about coefficient of x to the power 3? The point is, can you see any x to the power 3, right? We don't know. We don't have that, so that nothing. So that is 0, because 0 times anything is 0. Alright, so next. So what about coefficient of x squared? So we have x squared, right? So where's x squared? X squared is here, so the figure in front of x squared is 2. Okay, so that we say that coefficient of x squared is 2. Okay, and next one we have coefficients of x. Do we have x? Yes, we have x here, but however, be careful, you have no number here, so that means how many x? 1x, and be careful about this sign, which is minus 1. Alright, okay, and then constant term means which is always the same, there is no change, because this plus 7 is always same as 7, so the constant term is 7. Right, and finally we look at the degree. Degree means the power of x, and then we always just look at the highest one, and this one is the highest one, so that we say that this polynomial has a degree of 5. Alright, so number 2 here we have another polynomials. Okay, let's look at how many terms do we have. So 1 here, 2 and 3 and 4. So that's we have 4 number of terms in this polynomial. And then next, let's look at coefficient of x to the power 6. So here is x to the power 6. So that's coefficients will be 4. Right, and then coefficients of x to the power 5. So here we have x to the power 5. So therefore 3 will be the coefficients of x to the power 5. And then next, coefficients of x to the power 4. Since if you look at the polynomial, we don't have any x to the power 4, so therefore the coefficients of x to the power 4 will be 0. Alright, and then coefficient of x to the power 3. So here is coefficient of x to the power 3, right? Okay, and be very careful, and this is minus, okay, with nothing, with no number in front of x to the power 3, so that it must be 1. Okay, so, and it is a minus 1, negative 1, so the answer is negative 1, minus 1. Alright, okay. Coefficients of x squared, we don't have any x squared here in this polynomial, so we have 0 for that. And then constant term is always the one with no x. Alright, so minus 8 is always minus 8, so this is the constant term in this example, okay, for the polynomial, so that the constant term is minus 8, right? Okay, and then finally we come to the degree. Degree only means the highest degree, which is the power of x, and that is 6, so that the degree is 6. Alright, so another polynomial here. So this is minus 8 to the power 8, and then plus 4x to the power 5 minus x to the power 3, and then plus 4. Okay, so how many terms? So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 terms in this polynomial. And then what is coefficient of x to the power 8? So here is minus, so nothing in front, be careful, that means it is 1, so that will be minus 1, negative 1. Okay, so coefficient of x to the power 5, so this is x to the power 5, so we have 4. 4 is the coefficient of x to the power 5. And then coefficient of x to the power 4, we don't have that, so that it is 0. Okay, so next one, what about coefficients of x to the power 3, which is minus 1 as well. Okay, and then coefficient of x squared, we don't have that, so that is 0. And then coefficient of x, we don't have that, so which is 0. And finally, we come to the constant term, so that this plus 4 here is the constant term. So we simply put 4 here, all right? And then what about the degree? The degree always means the highest one. So 8 is the highest one. So that we say that this polynomial has the degree of 8. Okay, so how many terms here? 5x to the power 3 plus x squared minus 1. So there are 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 terms here. And then what is coefficient of x to the power 3, which is 5. And the coefficient of x squared, all right, again, this is 1, and positive. And then coefficient of x, we don't have x here, so that is 0. And finally, constant term. So this one is the constant term, so the answer is minus 1. And what is the degree of this polynomial? Always refer to the highest degree, so which is 3. Okay, number 5, we have minus 4x to the power 3 plus 2x. So how many terms? 1 and 2. So that number of terms is 2 terms. Oh, okay, so for 2 terms, we have a special name for that. We call that binomial. B-I-N-O-M-I-A-L. So binomial means we have 2 terms. Okay, so therefore we have another name for 3 terms. We call that trinomial. All right. Okay, so next, go back to number 5. So what about coefficients of x to the power 3, which is minus 4. Be careful about the minus here. And then coefficients of x squared, we don't have that in this binomial, so that nothing, which is 0. Coefficients of x, so this is 2, right? Constant term, okay, we don't have any fixed number, no, so nothing. And the highest degree always refer to the highest one, so that we have degree which is 3. Okay, how about number 6? So we have 1 minus 2x squared. So how many terms? So 1 and 2. So we have 2 terms. Again, this is also same as binomial, means 2 terms. All right, so what is coefficient of x squared? So we have x squared here, and then it should be minus 2. All right. Okay, and coefficients of x, we don't have that, so that is 0. All right, so what about constant term? So 1 is the constant term, so that the answer is 1. Okay, so this is the constant term. This is the constant term. Okay, and actually you can rearrange it into this way, so that would be minus 2x squared plus 1, which is exactly same as this. All right, so the degree means the highest one, the highest power here, so that we have degree 2. All right, in number 6 here. All right, number 7. So 5x to the power 4 and the y squared. So how many terms? We only have 1 term. So that name, we have another name for only 1 term. We call that monomial. Okay, and what about the degree? The degree here we have 4 and then 2. So altogether it will be 4 plus 2, so that the degree is 6. Okay, and then number 8, I'll give you another example. So how about this minus 9x to the power 3, y to the power 4? Okay, so what is the degree and number of terms? You can see number of term is also 1. This is also a monomial. And then what do you think about the degree? All right, so the degree in this situation will be 3 plus 4. So if we have the polynomial in this way, so degree 7. Next, we have number 9. So x to the power 3 plus 5x y to the power 3 plus 1. Again, number of terms, so we have 1, 2, and 3. So this is 3 number of terms, which is a trinomial in this example. Alright, so be careful about degree. So the degree is 3 here, and don't forget this is x. Nothing means to the power 1, so that will be 1 plus 3. So we always, degree means always the highest one, so 1 plus 3, which is 4. Okay, so be careful if we have nothing here, actually x means x to the power 1, same as that, right? Okay, so the final example we have here, arrange the terms of polynomial. So given this 2y squared minus y to the power 5 plus 5y to the power 4 minus 1 in two different situations. One is descending powers of y, one is ascending power. So before we look at that, okay, we need to copy this one more time. Polynomial 2y squared minus y to the power 5 plus 5y to the power 4 minus 1. Okay, so look at that. Arrange it. Descending means starting from the highest degree. So we start with this power 5. Okay, that is meaning of descending. All right, so that will be minus y to the power 5, and then next one, the order is 4, so that plus 5y to the power 4, and then this y squared, so plus 2y squared, and finally the constant term is minus 1. So this is how we arrange this polynomial according to the instruction here. Descending powers start with the highest power, and be careful, this is minus because the coefficients of y to the power 5 is minus 1. All right, so be very careful about that. Okay, so finally this ascending powers of y, I need to copy the polynomial one more time. Plus 5y to the power 4 minus 1. Okay, what is meaning of ascending powers? This time starting with the smallest one, so that is no power ascending, so which is the constant term, so I start with minus 1. Okay, and the next one, the lowest degree, so which is 2 here. Okay, so that will be plus 2y squared, and then we come to power 4, so plus 5y to the power 4, and then minus y to the power 5. All right, so this is how we make arrangement according to descending power and ascending power. All right, so that's all about today's chapter, polynomial. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.